Hello everyone, another video real quick. I know I just did one a few hours ago, but I want to get these thoughts off my chest. I haven't talked about it yet. It's about what do Israelis want to do with Gaza and what do I think will happen. So up until this attack, the idea of Israel retaking Gaza, expelling its 2 million inhabitants and occupying it and annexing it was an extreme fringe position. It was laughable. Even if we thought maybe we can go in there and destroy Hamas, then we'll leave again. But the thought that of going in, expelling the residents, and annexing it was extreme. No one entertained this idea at all. But once the attack happened and the scale of the devastation was seen, even in my small military unit, was the company, my armored company, no one had family members killed. Some of them did have friends. Others it was a friend of their wives or a friend of their brother-in-laws. It's a small country, 9 million people, 7.5 million or so Jews, and the vast majority who were killed on that Sabbath, the Shabbat, they were Jews. And if you compare it to population, it's the equivalent of up to 40,000 Americans dying. Right? 1,300 dead Israelis in a country of 9 million. If the equivalent would have died in America, it would be up to 40,000. Imagine if a terrorist group on the Mexican border did a raid into New Mexico and Arizona and Texas and killed 40,000 Americans, most of them in their home. A few of them soldiers, but most of them just in their home and in their towns. This is the scale of destruction. So today, at this moment, 9-10 days after the attack, many Israelis, possibly even a majority, they want the IDF to go into Gaza, to destroy its cities, to expel the population, and they want Israel to sit there and annex it and to make it officially a part of the state of Israel, just like Israel did to the Golan Heights and to Eastern Jerusalem. Like everyone, there's like, no, this isn't an extreme fringe right-wing movement. When we see the death, we see what they did. I don't want to go into all the details. You've seen the videos. I don't like watching the videos. I saw very few because it's so revolting. This is what we want to do, and we're calling for Egypt to open the border, let them leave, get them out. We don't want them here. We want it. Kick them all out. Just like what the Azerbaijan did to the 120,000 Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh. Conquered it and kicked 120,000 of them out, and they just went to Armenia. If Egypt opened the borders, Israel could do this. And now I'll get into what I think will happen. I don't know if Israel and America and Egypt will come to an agreement about Egypt opening the border, because Egypt doesn't want all these Palestinians in there. The Palestinians are Hamas supporters. And I told you what the Hamas is and the Muslim Brotherhood. Egypt doesn't want all these people in there. Israel tried to give the Gaza Strip back to Egypt in 1982 when they had the peace agreement and Israel returned the Sinai, but Egypt said, no, thank you. They knew this was a hornet's nest. So I don't think the whole Gaza Strip will be conquered. I'll be surprised if it is. I don't think America and Egypt and Europe will come to agreements about expelling the population of Gaza. So what could happen is, let's go with what the IDF told the residents of Gaza City and the residents of the northern Gaza Strip. They sent out flyers, they sent out clear messages: evacuate the northern Gaza Strip. This is what the IDF is telling the residents of Gaza. And they said, go to the Egyptian border, go south, evacuate Gaza City. Gaza City is in the north of the Gaza Strip. So I think, at most, the top half of Gaza Strip will be conquered. And how much the IDF will plan, or Israel will plan, on destroying the city of Gaza itself, leveling it completely. Think about Hamburg or Dresden in World War II, or Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II, or Grozny in the Chechnya war, or Mosul in the war against ISIS. I don't know how much they plan to level it completely. We'll see when the ground invasion starts. But will they redraw the map? I think they should. If they're not going to take over all of it, take over some of it, redraw the map. That'll make the border with Gaza a lot smaller, a lot shorter, so you won't need to have as many troops there to guard it, and you could release troops to other positions. And I think it would be justified. I agree with kicking out all 2 million residents. I do agree. Absolutely 100%. I understand geopolitical restraints won't allow that, so at least the top half of it, conquer, destroy, level the city, annex it. I don't know if that will happen either. In fact, I don't even know when the ground invasion is going to start, because Biden is going to come to Israel, so they're not going to do it before he comes. They're not going to do it when he's here. There's still concerns about what Hezbollah is going to do in the north. So nobody knows really what's going to happen. But this is what Israelis wanted. You killed 1,300 of our people, which is the equivalent of murdering 40,000 Americans. America's 330 million, Israel's 9 million, so 1,300 Israelis compared to 9 million would be about 40,000 Americans compared to 330 million. This is huge. This is a massive pogrom. It's the most Jews that have died in one day since the Holocaust. And some people are saying the city of Gaza is done for. It will be leveled. It has already been judged. It has been sentenced, and it will be carried out. Not sure how, not sure when, because there's lots of concern with how Hezbollah will respond to the north, and if America is just bluffing with its aircraft carrier. But we'll see, and that's why it's important, I think, for Americans to stand behind Biden administration, Blinken. Do not just bluff. If you need to get involved, get involved. And let's hope for the best. Love you guys. Talk soon.